So I need to use a script for this part, by the way, just so you know. The actual workshop doesn't have a script. But anyway, welcome to Building Blocks December conference. And admin actually asked me to go through this opening ceremony. Okay. First, I would like to thank our sponsors, our venue sponsor SMU, our monetary sponsors CSIT, HTX, and BDAS. I would also like to thank our 8-kind sponsors, Wizard Designs, Fingerprinting, Expressive, and GitHub. And we are also getting judges from Youth Tech SG, so I would like to thank them as well. And thank you for collaborating with BCS to organize such an event. And CSAD wants us to watch a video, so just enjoy this for a second.
Write him down fast. Being rewarded with up to $30,000. You in? Every keystroke counts. Every second counts. It's a race to the core.
We also have a video of, okay, wait, can you still hear me? Okay, nice. Okay. We also have a video from DDAS, so yeah, let's watch that. I'm using a shorter video. Okay. Okay, so I would just like to brief about the hackathon details. So after this conference, around 11th of December, you would have a hackathon, and it is a take-home hackathon. You can do it at home, and you just need to submit by 12th, 2359. So, okay. Oh yeah. We will send you the details later. I think after this workshop, I will send you guys that in Discord later. So hopefully all of you are on Discord. If not, then it might be quite tough. Okay, so safety briefing, I feel like this is not something new, but okay, let's just go with this. So if you are unwell, either wear a mask, or if you want to go home early, in case if you're unwell, you can always inform the organizers. The organizers are people wearing black shirts and mainly tags. So lanyards, you can see all of them there. You can inform any one of them, and yeah, we will get things sorted for you. And in case of a fire, just like school, you can just remain calm and exit the room in an orderly manner. So yeah, this is the layout of the map. So yeah, in the case of a fire, we will actually guide you out. So I don't need to worry about this. So yeah, in case if you lose something, right, please inform the organizers and also campus security to check if they have your items. And emergency contacts. If something goes horribly wrong, right, you can always contact them, or alternatively any other organizer here. So yeah, you can just highlight to any one of us and we'll cover it for you. So just some general rule of thumb. I mean, just normal conference etiquette. We will be giving you snacks later on during the day. And yeah, you can eat them here. It's not a problem, but don't eat like full meals here. Yeah, obviously. We'll be giving you stickers. I think we gave you stickers at the front desk there. You can use it on your own belongings. Don't just paste it on SME property. So yeah. If you want, you can follow our socials. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, GitHub. Okay, finally. Okay, I don't like this part. I don't. Okay. Okay, now my cup of tea. Okay, first, Git Bash. Has everyone installed Git Bash? Do you need me to like go through the process? Huh? Like raise your hands or something. Like if you have no idea what Git Bash is, right, then please tell me. Yo, Jerry. Okay. Okay, yeah. I just want to get a census here, right? How many of you have actually used bash commands before? Like, know what bash commands are? Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I probably don't need to help you guys with this. No one else. Okay. Most of you are Windows users, right? Just checking. Okay, Windows users. Any Macs here? There's one. There's two. Oh, okay, you're all set, by the way. Okay. Any Linux users? Wait, Linux user or? Yeah. Oh shit! Oh, which distro? Arc? You? No way! You're the type of person to say I use Arch, by the way. Okay. No, there's no way. Okay. If you have any questions during the workshop, right, you can obviously ask me or any other facil here. That's not going to be a problem. If you want to Google it, it's also fine. I don't really care. But rule of thumb is for Bash, especially don't chat GPT it. You can chat GPT code, that's fine. But Bash has direct connections to your entire folder in your computer. So one wrong command and you don't understand what's going on, right? You can erase your entire computer. But yeah, just to put it out there, it's possible. So yeah, you can chat GPT code. That's not a problem. I mean, everyone does that, but understand what you're doing. You don't want to like remove your entire directory. For you, there, it's very easy for you to do that because you're using Linux. Okay, I will not be using any slides. Honestly, this will be like a walkthrough from scratch with you guys. So, are you guys cool with that? Like from scratch, I will teach you. Okay. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Screen fine? Okay, everything's fine. Okay, I will just, there will be some commands I'll be using that are not Git related. And I will mention that to you before I type them out, but you don't need to know those commands because those are not Git related. Oh, yeah. You brought the snacks. What am I going to do with the snacks here? Thank you. You want to like open up the snacks and give it to them now or? Okay. I did not expect it to come now, but okay. Okay, so first thing you should do is to check your version of Git because running workshops before, I 100% know some of you have the older versions of Git. So please run this and just check whether your version is more than 2.3. If it's more than 2.3, we're all good. Everyone okay so far, or you want me to like wait for a few minutes? Is he signing into Wi-Fi now? Okay. Just check, just so you know, you need Wi-Fi for this, okay? Yeah. I mean, not for the bash commands, but like when we actually use GitHub, you need Wi-Fi because it's a website. Everyone done? Like, I just need like a thumbs up or something. I can just move on. Everyone good? Okay, just move on now. Okay, we're just going to first go with the interface first. So when you open up GitHub, right, your GitHub account, this is the first page you should see actually. Relatively, yeah, should be the same. So the reason why we use GitHub, just so that all of us are on the same page, right, is for collaboration. So of course you can type your code in like a text file and then send it to your friends via WhatsApp or like any other thing, but that means that only one person can be editing the code at once, which is not very efficient, especially when you have an organization of like 20-30 people or more. So yeah, we use GitHub just to share our code and collaborate on it. So yeah, let's create a repository first, which is just from this website. So it's like a beginner way. It's very easy for you to do. You can press on this button over here. It looks like a book. Wait, let me zoom in. Okay, yeah. You can press on this over here. It's like a book that says new. Or you can press on this plus button over here. I will be using, just so you know, repository. They're short form for repository repo. I'm not talking about the page, but like it's so I'll be just be using it. So don't get confused. Okay, yeah. Let's just create.
No. Just.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay. Repository name can be anything. I suggest you put like an actual useful name because you'll be using this later. So yeah, I'll just put test because I'll delete this after this event. So yeah, description is important because like when you're collaborating with people, they should know what your repo is about. So please add a description if you need at least. But for this run, you don't need to because you're not sharing it with anybody. So yeah. So in GitHub, there's two types of repositories. One is public repositories and one is private repositories. Public ones are those that anyone can access, anyone on the internet can access. Private repositories are ones that only people that you add to the organization can access. So yeah. And what do I mean by access? It means that anyone can edit your code. But of course, the admin, which is going to be you, the person who created the repository, must approve it first. So yeah, if something goes wrong, it's on you. So I'm just going to set this as a public repository for now. A template is, so when you go to HTML, CSS later on, right, they would have a specific template that you should follow where the code goes. Usually in a repository, the code will go into a folder called source folder. So yeah, each organization has its own separate template that you need to follow. If you want, you can set that up, but I'm not doing that because this is just a demo. So a README file, it's something that it's an important thing that we will be requiring in the hackathon, and it is essential for like all repositories essentially. So what it contains, like the name suggests, it is something that you should read before you use the repository. So it should contain like commands that you should follow to download the code or stuff that you should take note of. For example, if you use Node.js, for example, there's a specific version of Node.js that you should install before you can run the code. So stuff like that, you should add it to the README. And I will for this one, I won't be creating a README because I'm just creating a repository like from GitHub, like as a demo. I will be creating one from scratch just from the terminal itself as a demo for you guys later on. So I will add things after this. So one of the most important files that you need to take note of is a .gitignore file. Basically, as the name suggests, it is files that Git ignores. So what does that mean? So for example, right, when you create projects, you will have files containing passwords or environment variables. you do not want the public to know these kind of things because it can give direct access to your computer or your servers. So you include them in your git ignore so that git like ignores it, like the name suggests. So, and a license is when you're hosting something. So yeah, you just create a repository. Just checking how many of you actually watched the video and used SSH. I don't see any hands, eh? Nice, good job, buddy. Okay, since SSH is just secure shell, for those who are wondering, it's similar to, it's a network protocol similar to HTTPS or UDP or TCP for those poly students you might know. But yeah, since none of you used SSH, we will be using HTTPS for this. So basically, this is the one that this link is the one that you use to clone clone projects up. So I think cloning is like one of the only one of few things that you guys might know when it comes to GitHub. It's like the first thing you learn actually. And yeah, you can just clone this and you can do whatever you want with it. But where's the fun in that, right? More fun if I create something from scratch. Right. Okay. Let me do that. Okay, so I'm in the main folder. This is my folder. Just checking. Anyone using Xcode here? Don't you dare raise up your hand. Anyone Xcode? Anyone? No. Everyone is VS Code, right? Or is anyone using Notepad? I will kill you if you're using Notepad. No one? Okay, good. Perfect. This is what I like. Okay. For Windows users, it's easy for you to create a folder. You can just go here and press a folder here to create it. That's fine. But in case if you want to be fancy, right, there's something called make directory. It's yeah. So let me create a new directory. A new directory is the same thing as a new folder. So let me create one. And as you can see here, it's right here. I've created one over here. And let me change directory to go into the folder. You don't need to know these commands, the make directory and change folder. You don't need to know them. You can just do it manually as it is. But I like to be fancy, so yeah. So one key command that you should know, right? It's something called git init, and it is basically initializing git. So what does that mean? There's two types of git. One is your local and one is your remote. Your local is the code that is present in your computer as of now. That's your local. Your remote is code that's present on the server. And it can be any server, but since we're using GitHub, the server is going to be GitHub servers, right? So that is going to be a remote. So for ease of understanding, I will be using Git and GitHub separately instead of saying local and remote, because I believe all of you are beginners, unless of course there are people that want to go faster then, okay. So we need to create a Git file in our folder that we push to Git eventually. The reason for that is GitHub itself has a version control system. A version control system is where each change to your code is counted as a version of the project. So like if you update your HTML file, right, it will be taken as a version of your code. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory there. So we just need to create a .git file. So this is the command that will be created. And it is just, you can just type git init, GIT, and then yeah, it will initialize a git file in it. So if you go to your files, right, if I open mine, give me a second. You can see a hidden folder for .git has been created. Everyone with me so far? if anything is confusing, you can just say it. I can just go through that again or like explain it more with you. Yeah. I mean, no one's going to judge you here. All of us are quite amateurs. So it will create a Git folder in your folder in the folder that you created. So basically, this is where all the version controlling happens. When you list all the files, right, you will not be able to see this folder because it is a hidden folder. It has a dot in front of it. So you won't be able to see the folder. It is just there so that Git knows what you're doing. So you don't need to worry about that. So let's now like make a new file, I guess. Like let's just open a new file in this. Let's name it anything you want, I guess. Just yeah, any file would do. And when I created a file, right, you will see that I have a U next to it. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. I have a U next to it, and if I pull my cursor over, you can see that it's untracked, meaning that the .git folder that you have just created, right, does not know that this file exists yet. It is untracked. So you can always check by using this command called git main and git status. So it will highlight the file that you had just created, which is untracked in red. And yeah, and it will also say untracked. So yeah, so what are untracked files? Untracked files that are files that Git doesn't know exist, and even if you make changes to it, Git won't be able to track it. So you can potentially lose work. So how do you ensure that Git tracks it? You can do something called git add. Problem? Any of you have any other problems? If I keep going on, right, you won't understand jack shit, man. Is everyone okay? Like, till now? Samuel? Good. Fine? Everyone's good? Okay. So yeah, let me tell Git that this file exists. So you can always do git add and the file name. So hello.txt. You can always do that, but when you're actually working, right, you have multiple files that you have created, for instance, right? Then you can't possibly list every single file that you have created. It can even be folders. So a simple way to do this is just put a dot. Yeah, for those who've used bash before, you will know that a dot just means all files in the directory. So that's what it does. And we can always do git status again just to check whether it's been tracked. As you can see, it has been changed to, the U has been changed to an A, meaning that it has been added to Git. So Git can actually know that this file exists. So whenever you make changes to it, Git knows that these changes exist. So the thing is that even if you make changes to this file, let's say I'm going to put like hello there, like a text file, text in there, right? And then save it, it will still be untracked. So because I've made a change to the file. So if you look at that, right, it says modified and it is untracked because I've made a change. Instead of having a U, it's a M now because it's a modified file. I have created a file, but I have added it and I've changed it. So yeah, Git recognizes that. So it says modified instead of untracked. So how do we tell Git that this exists again? You have to add it again, or like the same command. You can put the file name, or even a dot would do. I personally use a dot because I'm lazy. So up to you. To each their own, I guess. So now that we have this, right, we have to commit the changes. So essentially how Git works is that there are 3 steps. First, you have to create a file or you make changes. Second, you have to push it to the staging area. The staging area is where you add the files, you add git add and the command. The staging area, so that Git knows where the files are and like what changes you have made, and you have to push them. So you have to commit them. So committing is the process by which you're telling Git that I'm done with my changes. I'm pushing this to the repo, which is your website, right? So you're telling Git that I'm done with this, I'm pushing it. So that's what commit does. So the command for that is just commit. And the -m is a short form for message, because every commit has to have a message to it, because when developers go through your code, right, they will see your commit, and a commit hash will be created, which is basically a specific number that's connected to your commit. And your commit message, they won't see your code. Like when you just scroll through things, right, they won't see your code, the things you have made to your code yet. They will see your commit hash, and your commit message. So it's best that you make your commit message as descriptive as possible, so that people know what you're doing. So a commit message, and you can put any message you wanna, like, please be descriptive. So and a commit message also has a description to it. So this is the commit message, and if you want to add like a description to it, like some people I know add paragraphs of messages to them, so you can always add a description by putting an M and the same thing over and over again. You can do that, but for the sake of the demo, I'm not going to do that. So as you can see, a hash has been created. This is the hash, by the way. This is commit hash that has been created. So when we look back at it, right, we would know which commit we're talking about. So you might be wondering, this is so complicated, how do I make this easier, right? That's what everyone thinks. And you can always use the website itself. So yeah, you can always use the website. So GitHub itself gives you tips on how to make this. And as you can see here, right, GitHub has stated we need to add this link to our logo. And the reason for that is you can see that all the changes that I've made here, right, in my Visual Studio Code, like the new text file I've created and all, is not reflected in my repository on GitHub. And the reason for that is, like I said earlier, one is remote and one is your local. They are not linked together. You have to link them. There has to be a process for you to link them. So GitHub itself gives you a hint over here. You can just copy this and paste it over here. I'm using SSH keys, by the way, so my process will be a little bit different. I'll be using a different URL from you guys, but you can just use HTTPS. It's a little less secure, but it gets the job done. Okay, so I've added it. So how do I check whether it's actually there? I have to push the code, because now I have committed the code. I've let Git know that this file exists. I'm done making changes to it. Now I need to push it to the remote. So don't worry, I'll go through this process entirely over again. But yeah, I'm just running through this so that you know where we're heading. So we have to push it to the original repository. Origin, which is the GitHub, the repo that we have created earlier. And you have to state the branch at which you have created it. And branch is something that I will teach you later. It's a bit more complicated, but you get the hang of it once you use this, right? Okay, done. Now if I reload this, right? Okay. There's the file that I created. And that's my text. But you might be asking, of course, I don't expect you guys to learn all these commands in a day. So how do I do this in an easier way? If I already have a code file, how do I just upload it to GitHub? Well, after you've created like any repo, right? Let's say when I was, let me just create a new repo like from scratch. New repository. Let's name it. I don't care anymore. Anything. I just need to pick one of these options actually. It's still going to be public. I just need to include a git ignore file. So let's say Python git ignore file, right? Because Gmute, right? Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to create a. There's supposed to be some file that you create so that whenever you upload files, it's a bit easier. I'm just going to create a .git ignore file because it's already an option there. Create a repository. And once it's done creating, right, and you already have code files, you don't want to go through the entire hassle of the command line interface, right? You can go here. Sorry. So you can go here and you can edit this file or you can add new files to it. So yeah, that's another way to do it. It's a bit harder, but yeah, if you think that's easier, then go for it, I guess. So any questions so far? Can you guys create a repo on your own? Like,
Yes, correct.
I feel like I've seen you before.
Yeah, hi.
I've seen you two before. Have I seen you?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. You were the June conference guys, right?
No, I've never seen you before. No.
Were you in June?
Yeah, we are in June.
Oh. Try to create a repo on your own, connected to your local.
Sure. Where did I go? Where did I go?
I mean, is everyone done or something, or you need help? You texted me or something. He needs help. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this mic. You know.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. So laptop is fine.
That's why I specified whether you should, whether you have the newer versions. Yo, nice done.
Yes, right here. We can download my phone. Oh no, I'm looking at someone else's GitHub. No, I was reading this map about human. Oh. Just writing text, you can't write anything. We pasted this in the whole. So I just copy this. I don't know yet. I don't know. I know why you why not?
Now we can set the environment.
Check with this like check
It can be heard. So every single message is probably just a message. If that's trouble, actually, Bash has terminal itself and then try doing it. I'm surprised the online people have trouble. The online people have any trouble.
well, you haven't asked anything, so.
That's funny. A couple of issues going around. Is everyone else okay? Before I start going on. Holy shit, that's tough.
Oh. Yeah, over there. Behind the ghost. Behind the ghost. Oh my gosh. I don't know it. Sawmill.
You just cleared it off. Just cleared it. It's fine. Yeah. Preferable to use that. It's that's why we use it. So that you don't get yeah, they created a file You're gonna do pilot. Okay, one of the main errors I noticed, right, was that you guys, some of you were on a different branch. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah. Okay. What does that mean? Okay, we will cover branches later. It's not a problem now, but everyone use git bash terminal. Just so you know, don't use PowerShell terminal. It's easier for you. Okay. If you do not know how to switch in VS Code, you can just go to the terminal. Okay, let's go from the start. Let me minimize this so that you can actually see it. Okay, you see the terminal button here. Click that. New terminal, and you will see this button over here. Let me zoom in now. This button here. There's like an arrow key underneath that. Choose git bash. Okay, this is easier for you. Reason being, you will know what branch you're on. You will know what Git repo you're sending it to. It's easier than PowerShell. Okay. See, this is the branch I'm on. So what? Okay. Let me try again. Okay, you can see. Okay, nice. Terminal.
Everything on
New terminal. Okay, you will have a new terminal at the bottom. This new black thing over here. Okay, click the arrow button. Choose git bash. Because Windows by default is PowerShell. Choose git bash instead. Question, or you're just stretching. Okay. Anyone has trouble doing this? It's easier for you. So when I go into the folder, right, it will show the branch that I'm on. It is main. This is why you need to enter. So when I do this command over here, yo, bugger, shut up. Okay. Romeo. Okay. When I'm here, when I do this command, I'm doing, we should understand what I'm doing first, by the way. Git push pushes the code to the origin. Origin is where? Is your GitHub repository that you have created. Okay, that's what origin means. And main is the branch name. If your branch name, yeah. If you have master, right, use master instead. Don't use main. That means when you were setting up the thing, right, you chose master instead of main. That's the only difference. But yeah, that's the main problem. If you have master and then you put branch main, right, it won't go. So take note of that before you blow something up.
I just switched it.
Okay. Another error, and also a learning point, I guess, that you guys did, was some people created files here. Let's say I created a new repository. I created files here and tried to push my current files that are here into this repository. And you get an error. Reason being, that's how version controlling works. Meaning if someone uploaded a file to your folder, you can't just simply upload another file to it. You have to look at what they changed, look at what they've changed and do your changes based on that. How do you look at the changes that they have made? You pull it. Not pulling people, but pulling this. Command for that is git pull origin and the branch name. Main or master or whatever the heck you put the branch name as. It won't push because someone has already made a change there. So if there's a file already there, right? That's how conflicts happen. Because, for example, you have a HTML file already present there, and you are pushing another HTML file. GitHub doesn't know which one to take.
What happens then? Does it just like break down?
Yeah, there's something I will show later. It's a big mess. It's like a developer's worst nightmare. It's called merge conflict.
We use Google Docs instead.
Yeah, Google Docs works, but this is the industry standard. So if you're going to get hired, right, they will test you on this. So, I mean, you can't just go up to an interview and say, I know Google Docs, can I get hired? They'll be like, are you joking? That's what I said earlier. You can always, for this hackathon thing, right, if you want to like keep it simple, you can always use WhatsApp, Google Collab, or whatever nonsense you want. No one's judging you on that. But when you actually go to Workspace or something, right, you will have to use this. So start learning now. That's like every single coding language ever. You start learning from young. So origin and the branch name, you should put it before you push it. Do not quote me on that. Okay, now that is done. Anyone still has an error? Like anyone else? Huh? I did not draw that. Okay, let's continue. Quick side note, if you do not get anything right, just understand that you can create a repository, upload your files here by clicking on this. So that's good enough. You guys want me to do a demo on how to upload files manually? Like you just click file, upload file. Like should I go through that? Like anyone wants me to go? Like is everyone okay with this? Like how to upload files to GitHub? Can? Okay. Now let's talk about one of the more useful features of GitHub. How are you still talking there? What's going on there? I can just hear like a shit ton. Really? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, man. If you guys talk, you talk. No, I'm not wasting my time here. But okay, yeah. We're gonna talk about something important in Git, which is called branching. So I think I've mentioned this several times, but then I haven't gone in depth to it. So let me explain what that is. Essentially, right, when you are in a company or an organization, you would have something called production line code. What is production line code? It is code that your stakeholders will have. It is code that like the public has access to. For example, YouTube. There's a production line code that the stakeholders of YouTube will have, which is Alphabet. By the way, that's Google's parent company, by the way. They will have access to the production line code. But then the customers don't have access to that. But then what if you want to introduce a new feature to your app, but then the feature ends up being buggy? You can't just put that into production line code, right? Because the bug, well, be quiet. What happened? Okay.
The kids are kind of confused. So you tell them the cheat that you provided, just ask them to do like the software shadow.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll understand anything there, but okay.
Yeah, in the Discord there are slides for you to refer to if you get lost during the workshop. So
Have you guys not opened that? No.
open the slide. The cheat sheet is under Git commands.
Yes, please open that.
Access it if you're feeling like you might forget stuff.
If you want my personal cheat sheet, I can just upload that there also, to be fair. It's Discord. Man, have you not used Discord before?
Okay, first go to your develop conference for participants. That's the category you have to go to. After that, go to resources. And then for resources, go to the Git GitHub.
There's no resources.
And December conference resources.
I think you didn't allow us to see.
You can't see it. You have one side.
No, but participants can see. Yeah. I changed it like today morning at 5, man. You guys should be able to see it. If you guys can't, right? Then It's the last thing you should see though. It's like, can you see it?
If you have the December conference participant meeting, role, you should be able to do it. And this role provides you access to your groups as well.
Maybe you should have checked with everyone.
I just give it to everyone. Not everyone has a role. Give it to everyone.
God damn. Can everyone view it? Like,
Okay,
guys.
I'm speaking to everyone here, okay? So you can do it now.
Is anyone still stuck in setup? If you need setup code, I can send you setup code.
If you can't view it, use show all channels under settings, okay?
Please tell me you can see it.
Are you using SSH?
Huh?
Are you using SSH?
I'm personally using SSH because I'm not going to key in my password every single time. But some of them, I don't think many of them saw my SSH video. So thank God you did. I was roasting the participants, but okay.
You know, I use SSH for the verified hunt on the comments.
Oh,
Guys, please do not flood the resources channel. There's a separate questions channel you all can see over there. Use
We have a thread. Someone will help you answer.
questions.
I don't want anyone to directly bust this thing. I know there's bunch of.
Don't have a role, please DM me, okay? You all can just find me under graduated learning. Then at the right hand corner of the screen.
Yeah, you do. You sign up.
Can everyone like view the cheat sheets? Honestly, right? She told me to like send the cheat sheets earlier, and then I was like, nah, these guys will be able to understand it. I thought they can. I didn't know people can't copy paste here. What is happening? Everyone golden? 10? Yo, can everyone access it? Like, you can just tell me, please. Guys, is everyone okay? Can we like move on, or are you still stuck in Discord? There's no way. This is funny. Not joking, right? I prepared until like DevOps stuff, We do not know what DevOps is. It's an integral part of CS, but yeah. It's quite complicated. I thought you guys would be like, there, but okay. Unfortunately, not quite there. Yo, for sale people. Is everyone okay? You check there. You go there. Move your ass there. Just check if everyone's okay before I. Okay. Where was I? God knows. Okay. Branching. Yes, I was talking about branching. Maybe if I use the slides, right, you guys will be able to.
Okay, if you don't need the role, because you're joining the Discord server, please DM me, okay? Yeah.
You're gonna flutter with DMs now.
Okay, I'm used to it.
I ran like scripts like 2 days before the conference, and then I was like, okay, hopefully everyone gets the role, but apparently many people joined after. Okay. Pictures. So maybe you guys can understand a bit better. This is what branching means. Essentially, right, your company would have production line code that you are not supposed to edit because it can introduce bugs. Instead, you should create like what we call drafts of the code. That's what we call branching. You create a new branch test everything there. If everything is fine, no bugs whatsoever, if your admin approves it, and then you combine it with the production line code. You don't want a scenario where your production line code has vulnerabilities in it, like for example, passwords leaked. You don't want that. So we create branches and we merge them at the end, like after your admin approves it. So that was the problem that we encountered earlier, where some of you had the master branch instead of main branch. So yeah. Everyone clear on what branch means though? Everyone clear? Like it's like a draft before you like submit the actual thing. So yeah. So how do we I think if you look at the text file that I've sent, right? Can everyone access like the GitHub notes that I've sent? Just open that up, just put it to the side so that you know what comments to type in. I think I should do that also here so that you guys know. It's like this entire thing, you can just like put it right next to you. If I put it here, no one can see jack shit, but okay. Ideally speaking, right, you're supposed to learn all of this though. This is not even like half of what GitHub teaches you, but okay. Huh? Yeah, you can search up configs also. That's what I said. I said if you have doubts, you can search up Google. That's not a problem at all. Okay. So branching. I'm pretty sure I made a section for branching there. Okay, so we need to first, before we do anything, right, we need to see what branch we are on. And the command for that is git branch. I will be going quite slow so you guys can actually have time to search things. Okay, so for those who have main as like the main branch, you will see main here with an asterisk next to it. The asterisk means like this is the branch you're on. Some of you will see master, but yeah. Some of you will see nothing at all because you kind of messed up halfway and then I can't help you anymore. So how do you change it? No, I think for now, stick with master for now. You can change it later. If you want, right, during break or something, I can teach you how to change it. But yeah, it's fine. Master and main is the same thing. So we want to create a new branch. What do we do? The command for that is git branch dash. Oh, sorry. You can just look at these now. Do I need to like specify where the nodes actually are? Okay, this is the command you need to type in. Okay, can you like not see this? Okay, yeah. This is the command you need to type in, and the -c is the short form for checkout. Checkout basically means you're exiting the branch that you are currently on, and you're entering a new branch. And you see the area where I said branch name, you can put any name you want there. Please make it like sensible. So let me call it feature 1 because yeah, why not? So as soon as I create it, right, I would be moved to the feature 1 branch. I think for the sake of like simplicity, right? I think all of you created branches already, but I think it's fine. I was going to say create feature 1, but yeah, it's fine. So I would be moved into the branch already. So how do I check? Again, git branch. That's a command that you should know. As you can see, the asterisk is next to the branch that I'm currently on, which is feature 1. So what can I do here? What the hell am I here for? You can create new files. You can do whatever you want. And as long as those changes that you have made does not contradict with the original changes, you can, yeah, you're fine. So I think one of you there, I think I forgot which one, had like an error with spacing, like random characters appear when you type space. Yeah, that's one of a few bugs that Git has, just so you know. And another weird thing Git has, which it's quite tough to understand, is if 2 changes that you have made in branches, right? Let's say I've made change in like feature 1. Let's say let's say this is the change I've made. If I move back to main branch, right, the change will still be there, because Git is weird in a way where as long as the changes do not contradict each other, the changes will carry over in Git, like just in your local repo. But then when you push it, the changes won't be there. That's a different story, but yeah. Chop that up here. Okay, so that's just a little bugger. You can just forget about that, honestly. So you can make any changes here, and you can just assume that it won't be carried over to your main branch. So go ahead, I guess, do any changes that you want to make. Remember to always add it so that Git knows what changes you have made. About like 5-6 minutes. In the meantime, I can address problems. You guys can try this out, by the way. Notes கொடுத்துட்டேன்.
I said below the text.
Can you go back to Google? Oh, I'm still presenting, right? Yeah. Just double check. Okay, thanks. Did she leave? Okay, thank God she left. Okay. Anyone has any questions? Like,
yeah, any questions at all, like pertaining to this setup or anything which came beforehand? Please raise up now, or bring it up in the Discord. Just, you know, if you are
Discord, just tell me, like I'm right here, man. Hello.
you're shy, you know. Like, let's say that I'm very shy.
Please don't. I'm done with the music. I'm done.
If you are suffering, don't like suffer in silence. Like, don't like. Please bring up any of your problems if you have any.
It's called a suicide hotline. Oh,
And
sorry, my bad.
and not to mention, there are also slides and materials which would be really good for you to open in order to follow along. So you can find them over here. So go to the workshop materials and then go into GitHub, Git and GitHub. There's slides there. There's a setup video there. There's
There's a video of me roasting you guys there.
yeah, you can also find that there. So if you're lost, you can refer to this, ask it for sales. Yeah. Just saying, right? The reason why we're emphasizing this so much, that you know Git and GitHub so much, is that
You want to use a mic? Oh,
so I'm gonna be very honest. If you don't know Git and GitHub, it is possible to code out your project normally. But first of all, you need to submit a GitHub link in order to submit your hackathon project. And second of all, I really don't want a situation where, because you don't know Git or GitHub. One, you code out something, and then you make one small change, and that causes your entire project to go haywire. That is not ideal, and that's one of the cases where Git will save you. And second thing is, if you only know a bit of Git, and then you accidentally like do something silly and wipe out it's possible to wipe out your entire Git repo. And like if you understand the slide so far, it will be harder for you to destroy your entire repo. Yeah. So if you have any questions, any queries, if you're completely lost, partially lost about Git or GitHub, please raise it up right now in the Discord for the people inside the virtual call, or the people in here.
I think we kind of neglected the. Okay. I mean, it's not that deep, gang. Okay. Any trouble, you can always let us know. Okay, everyone making a change or anything? Everyone's golden? Well, what's up? It's fine, you can just say it. I'm okay with it. Okay. Anyone else? Like, what's up, kid? That's what it does. If you in your free time, you can figure out and then you can see all your decisions. So it's basically
It's very
yeah. Because normally, right, we don't. We use one branch. We make all this. Yes. So, like I said, it's only one branch here. the branch that you created. Its description. You said your okay, wait. Yo. Try config global list. Try that. If everything is fine, right, then something is wrong. Then let me take a look at that later. First. Yo, just to find out if some of you can't push, right? It's because you guys didn't set your configurations correctly. I've sent a config file of mine. You can copy that. So yeah. Okay. Like I said earlier, right? When you push the changes to GitHub, instead of main, you should say the branch name. So whatever the branch name. I think all of you did that. Branch name. So mine is just feature 1. So yeah. Let me go to GitHub. So basically, what in this page over here, right? If you can you see my screen? Okay, yeah, nice. Okay. If you press on this over here, you will see all the branches that are available. And as you can see here, I only have one branch that is available, which is main. So, but then I just pushed a new branch, and GitHub automatically makes a pull request, also known as a PR. But we don't need to know about that. That's basically when you want to merge 2 files together or 2 branches together. GitHub makes a request. These 2 files look okay. Do you want to merge them together? You can ignore that for now, I guess, because we're not really collaborating. So yeah. Okay, so I've just pushed my code to the new branch that I've created, which I think it's called feature 1. Yeah, it's called feature 1. It's the branch that I've created. And when I reload the page, right, instead of saying 1 branch, it says 2 branches now. And when I go here, the feature 1 branch is here. So yeah. So when I click on it, the change that I made will be here, which is actually just, yeah, I am new. Yeah, that is new extra that I created. Is everyone clear so far, like how to create a branch and how to push the branch? Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah, you can just see. The other time, right? So QA was due in like 2 hours, and then my batch got corrupted. So I was like, okay, shit, I'm done. Cool. Oh, you shit. All right, I didn't see you.
Yes, question. No, you.
Are you going to be the last?
Awesome. You're saying it's the other website. We also wrote a physics control as
Okay. Yeah. Anyone has any other questions? Honestly, better pace than I expected. Yo, everyone okay there? Okay. Just gonna move on. By the way, you can always switch branches using the switch command. I think it's listed in the command list. To the other branch that I have. So yeah, and you can make changes here. So as you can see, right? Okay. Notice how there's no lines underneath here. There's no text or whatever nonsense underneath here. I'm on my main branch. No changes underneath here. But then when I switch to my feature one branch, right? Yeah, you see this? Yeah, that's how branches work, by the way. The changes that you have made won't show in the other branches, but yeah. There'll be some bugs up, but I think you can just ignore that. Okay, yeah. I think we're just going to continue on. So, just so you know, right, after you have made changes, you have to add it. So git add dot or like the file name, and you have to commit it before you push it. Okay, 3 steps before you actually push it. Create, add it, and then commit it. So yeah, remember to commit. If you don't commit, then GitHub doesn't know any changes. So okay, now let's go on the fun part, merge conflicts. Let's talk about that, shall we? So merge conflicts. Okay, wait. I think I should talk about commits first. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about commits before I actually drop into the deep end, and then you guys can't figure it out. Okay. So commits, right? Remember when I said, yo, guys, shut up, boy. You remember when I said the commits have identifiable number that you can take note of? Yeah, those are called commit hashes. Each commit that you make has a different hash to it. A hash is like a randomly generated number that you can refer to if you want to like get to like oh, I want this commit to be deleted. Oh, I want this commit to be like edited. Because you can do that. And you can't, if for example, if 2 commits have the same message and they have edited the same lines, right, then there's no way to like identify them. So the only way is through the hash. So how do we find the hash? Something called git log. So if you look at the command list that I've given you, right, I've given you actually 3 commands for git log. One is git log, one is git log one line, and one is git log graph all, I think. The graph all function, you don't need to know that, but yeah. So if I type git log, right, it will show all the commits that I've made, like for the past God knows when I created this repo. So yeah, these are my commit messages that I've made, the date that I've made, my name and my config details actually, and the commit hash. So yeah, if you want to like refer to a commit, right, this is what you refer to. So if I go up, right, you guys, give me a second. Let me find a commit that I did like a while back. Or maybe I can just make like a commit now and then. Okay, yeah. You see this? You see this hash over here, F7B5B57. So this is a shortened version of the actual hash. So if you kind of like remember this number, right? If I go back, you will see that this is this hash, this entire thing. So yeah, so whenever you refer to the hash, you can just refer to like the first few numbers, and yeah, no one expects you to put the entire hash down. And the reason for that, why do we need the hash, is because I think I've listed more commands in the sheet where you can revert commands. So for example, right, if you do not like the changes that someone has made, for example, they have introduced bugs or some sort, you can always type git revert and the hash number. So what does that do? That basically rewrites history itself. It's like an undo button. So if you guys want to try, right, if you guys have like, just make like a few commits, like 5-6 more commits, and go back one commit or something. Yeah, you guys can try that. So I'm just going to do that in the meantime. So I'm just doing this to emphasize the importance of the commit hash. So yeah, you can use it to revert changes. You can use it to tell Git which commit you're referring to and all. So do you guys want to play around with revert, or do you want me to go on to merge conflicts where you can actually destroy your computer? Any recommendations? Move on or play around? With democracy. You guys want to vote or something? I mean, if your kid is already screwed up, right, then it will make it worse. So any suggestions, or I will just stay here for like a little bit so that you can play around with commit hashes and revert. If you want, I can highlight the exact commands you need to look out for. This command, you need to look out for this. Git revert basically undoes the commit that you have made. So yeah. So I think I'll give you guys some time to play with it before, yeah. Enjoy. If anyone like accidentally destroy their computer, tell me, I can help you. Or that person there can help you.
Switch, man.
I heard it like right. He's playing Wordle. Want me to spoil it for you?
Ah, I remember. Really, no?
Huh? Yeah. I think so, yeah. I was playing you when like a certain person was talking about QA like earlier on.
No, it's not. It's not. If you connect your mind, one day I don't. Well, I saw something to see. That we call media for next time. Yeah. Start again. Let me use trust.
Yeah. Like I say, it's an undo button or do the same thing. Okay. Just like some people didn't understand what it means, and I would like to go through this section here first. I remember to unfreeze. Okay. So let me go through this entire like commit thing as a whole. So this is the commit, this is the hash that of your commit. The head refers to the current place where you're at. So if head points over here, meaning it means that you are currently at this commit. So that's what head means. So and if I have an origin feature 1, this refers to the remote repository. So yeah, anything remote, right, would have an origin in front of it, by the way. That's why we do git push origin and the branch name, because origin refers to the remote repository.
Name it anything else.
No, origin is like default. You can't rename that because that's what, yeah. So yeah, you see that I have another bracket here and then some details. This refers to the main branch that I was on earlier on. I'm currently not on the main branch. I am on my feature 1 branch. So if you see head here and then your main branch and then your origin main, right? Yeah, that means you're currently on your main branch. Yeah. So if you want to revert, right, you should go and revert back. So let's say I only have 2 reverts here. So if I'm currently head is here, right, that means I can only go here. So I can only revert to this one. If you have 5 or 6 commits, right, you can revert to like a bit back. So probably should have clarified that. By the way, revert is a good way to undo your mistake because it doesn't delete the commits that you have made earlier. It just undoes them so that you can make a new commit after that. You will get it when you actually like try. It's best that you try now. So after the entire process, right, after you revert, you have to commit again. Just so you know, because it doesn't like undo your entire history. It just makes a new one with all the changes made. Anyone struggling? Anyone still doing the configurations? Step 1, man. Ken? If everyone is fine, right, I can move on to merge conflicts so that I can see more chaos. Everyone fine? If someone is not fine, just raise up your hand. I can just come there and help you. $30 I think. Okay, merge conflicts it is. Everyone's okay? Okay, we'll just move on. Okay, merge conflicts. What the hell does that mean? Essentially, right, when you have a person, let's say like 2 people are editing a file in your organization, and just so happens that the person edits the same file as you, in the same line as you, and then they push it. GitHub doesn't know which file, which edit to take. Does it take yours or does it take your friend's one? GitHub doesn't know, and that introduces a merge conflict. So yeah, I think I should set that up so that you guys can see it. Give me a second, let me set that up. So yeah, basically GitHub doesn't know which change to take in, and it causes and then it causes a conflict. You have to decide which one to use. So many. This is fine. That's cute. Okay. Okay, yeah. This is how a merge conflict would look like. Okay, let me explain this so that you guys don't get lost. Don't do this yet, by the way. Do not do this. If you do this, then okay, it takes a long time for this to get fixed. Some of you do it. No one do it yet. Okay, no one touched this yet. Okay. So essentially what's happening is I am merging two things together. I'm merging two files with the same content editor. As you can see, this is the current change I am on. Head, like I said earlier, means the current change, which is here. And the feature one change that I've implemented is the same line and in the same file. And yeah, this is the change I've implemented, INV. And GitHub doesn't know which one to take. It's the same file, it's the same line. And you are merging them together. GitHub doesn't know which file or which change to take. And this is what happens. Thankfully for VS Code, you can resolve, you have a merge editor to resolve it in. So basically you have to do the hard job of deciding which one should I take? Should I take the first one, the second one, or like both? So yeah, you have to spend time to think about it and take it. The reason why it's such a pain in the ass is because as developers, we don't just edit one line. We have like hundreds upon hundreds of lines of code that we have edited. And if some person decided, and then some person like didn't know what they're doing and edited the same lines we did, right? Yeah. We have to look through each and every line and approve each and every line of code to GitHub. So yeah, it can get messy really quick. And that's exactly why I asked if any of you are using Xcode, because Xcode has the ability to do that without even trying. Yeah, you had a question or something? I don't believe you're an organizer though. Are you? Oh shit, okay, yeah. Okay, so you can, I'm just gonna accept the incoming change, which is rough. So I'm gonna accept that. And as you can see, this is the final output. I've chosen to keep both of those lines together. So yeah, this is the final output and I can complete the merge. Yeah, so this is the final change. And remember, I have to stage this and commit this and push this. So yeah, couple of processes. So let's try merging. You can merge the two branches that you have created with a simple, go to one of the branches, git. I mean, it's in the what do you call it? It's in the command sheet that I gave you also. So yeah, it's git merge and the other branch that you are on. So try doing that. Tell me how it goes. I'm expecting a lot of problems, but hopefully this goes smoothly. By the way, just to let you know, if you are on branch main, you can't merge with branch main. I mean, I feel like that's quite obvious. You have to merge with the other branch. So if you're on feature one branch, you can merge with main. If you're on main, you can merge with feature one. You can't merge with the same branch. Just so you know. I really hope I don't miss that again. Is anyone like brave enough to actually try this? I mean, it's the process of like messing everything up and trying again. So
That has a sound.
yeah, it's like
Happening to Instagram usage.
Hmm?
Happening to Instagram usage. His hands always like this.
yeah, it's a Dell. No shit. It's a Dell. So
Other computer.
no, because I'm running quite a lot of things. So VS Code itself is like what 30-40 gigs.
Where?
No, of storage.
What? Your VS Code is that big.
Yeah, because I have like a shit ton of projects in this. Oh. Is anyone having like any problems whatsoever? What happened? Yeah, I told him they can try to get more conflict. He can try resolving it on his own. Don't help him. Let's see how it goes. I mean, yeah. You know, when I was in like Swift, right? My entire app had a merge conflict. It was like a 10 gig app, 10 gigabytes app full of code. The entire thing had a merge conflict. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I had like something like had a merge conflict. We had like 1,000 lines of code in it. I spent 2 days just trying to figure that shit out, man.
Well,
You know, it was me, Sean, and even Johnson came in. And then we were like, oh, what are you doing?
oh, do you hear about that guy who went out? Oh, I saw it.
What do you use this entire thing is going to be? This entire thing. We did have oh, okay, yeah.
Are you?
Was it because they were in different we do is adapt. So they have to be we did try that again. Should work. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Now that we're done with that, right? One final concept before you guys leave. Kind of important, I guess. I mean, up to you whether you want to use it for the hackathon. It's called Live Page. It's your own personal server that you can set up on GitHub. Can you see my screen? Okay, yeah. So, right, later on during the day and I think tomorrow as well. After you have like a couple of HTML, CSS files, because that's what this workshop is about. After you have those, right, you can go to settings. There's something called GitHub Pages. You go here. So let me go back. Go back here. So this is your repository, right? You're starting from here. Go to settings. Go to pages. Am I slow enough? Click on this. And you can deploy your own website. So yeah, you can just select which branch you want to use, and yeah, you can select the branch, save it, and it will deploy in about a few seconds after it builds. So let me use my own website, and then I'll show you a demo of this so that everyone's clear. Give me a second. Wait, it's 11:30, right? Okay, yeah. Props is too good, man. Okay, this is a random guy's repo, by the way. I don't know who the guy is. If you want to do the same thing as me, you can actually you can just follow this. I'll send this in the Discord chat so you can click on it if you want. Yeah, basically, right. A feature in GitHub that not many people use, but it's there if you want to use it. It's something called forking. Admin told me to not the R properly so that people don't think it's something else. Forking is basically when you copy another person's code entirely. That's what forking is essentially. There's Git cloning. I'm pretty sure all of you know what Git cloning is, but forking is another thing. It's you can do it on the website itself. You just create a new fork. Yeah, I don't care about the name. The name is fine. Honestly, I don't know what this guy's website has. I just picked like any random one. But okay. Although we have the fork, right? Let's go to settings. We just choose the branch, main branch. And it's saved, and it would take some time before it shows up here. When it shows up here, you can just click on it. That's the link to your GitHub page. So we're just gonna wait until that happens. I think that's about it. Ibrahim, do you have anything else? Feedback form. Wait.
That's just not easy.
Listen.
Huh? No.
Any such one.
Feedback can get. I think they just send it in the chat. I think that's better. Okay. While this is building, right, you can actually see it being built. You just go to actions. Yeah, see it being built. That's really funny though. Website is up. I can click on this. You see a random person's website is actually impressive, man. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna take this down. You can try this in your free time, but yeah, it's optional. There's some gimmick if you want to use it. Using the link. Using the link. What's the guarantee that like participants will actually do it? It's in materials. They'll take like 10 years to find that. Okay. Wait, I'm a speaker, right? Oh shit, okay. I think I'll give myself like one. I know it's some in this. Let's give it on. You are old. I think that's about it. Do I need to like wait for like any other confirmation? I'm done. I'm done. So what do I do?
You're like completely done?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I said they can explore some things on their own.
Okay, so what you can do now is just ask. Okay. Two things you can do. Feedback form, as Shivani said, I will leave them all the way to the back. If you want to continue, you can just ask them if you have any questions. Now is your time to ask, or like, actually, don't ask.
Or you can do the session.
Let me just ask
That's
you a
way too complicated
question to the people in this physical room right now. How many of you all would like to have the slides presented once more? So all these slides, just a recap. Would anyone here like that?
Presented again or like
I mean,
Presented again, like these slides. So
yeah, the slides.
one person, two, three people, 4, 5. Okay, 5 people, 6 people want the slides presented again, and 1 organizer. So
What? Hold on, which one?
So 3 organizers. One
Yo,
more.
what?
Okay. So presented again.
yes.
I'm firing all of you, by the way.
Yeah, presented again.
Huh? I'll fire them before they do. I'm kidding you.
The customer is always right.
Not someone recognized.
The customer is autistic. We need to go through this, like, get ignored. Wait, how in depth should I go into this? Should I just like show them the slides? Like, read. Okay, read. That's what I'm saying.
Can you explain?
Now that he's gone, read. Oh, that's mean. Git ignore, basically like first you want Git to ignore, like the name suggests. I'll give you a second to just read through this thing. So, I mean, environment files, you have any environment folders, password folders, API keys, and all, you need to ignore them. So, yeah, you don't want to expose them. Version controlling, tracking every single change you make. Yo, guys, shut up, man. Class is not over yet until I say so. Yeah, Shiri's back. Yeah, version controlling is recording every single change you make to a file as a new version. So, yeah. The three-step process: creating a file, adding the file, staging the file, and committing the file. That's, yeah, I think I've emphasized it more than enough. So, yeah, there it is. Branching, it's a way to make changes to your code without, as a draft or something. So, yeah. Pushing your code from your local to your remote repository so that you can share your code with others. Yeah. Yay, summary page. So can I call it a day? I said, yeah, sure, why not? It's just, you're gonna have a shit job at doing it. Rebasing, I didn't go to that because, yeah, it's a bit too complicated as of now, but I've given you the entire code so you can go through it and, yeah. Any questions, you can always ask me or Google it. Probably Google it. Yeah, I didn't cover rebasing actually. I don't want to go through that. That's a different guess again. Like from the top? Sure, I mean. I have 3 minutes though. I have 3 minutes. Where's reason to play the song? Reason why you want to play like some of your elevator music.
1 hour.
Yeah, I think I can just roughly go over what each category of commands mean so that you guys have an idea on what's going on. So I think for pushing to remote, you guys know that. So pulling and fetching, basically getting changes from the remote.
You said you want me.
No, I changed my mind. Sorry. Yeah. No song. We're trying to save people. Yeah, pulling. I think when we went over that briefly, it's basically like when there's changes in the repository, you need to pull it so that you know what changes are. So I think I've emphasized this enough. Git status, git add, and git commit. Those are the 3 main ones you need to take note of. Git log to know your overall like commit history, I guess. And yeah, reverting, we've gone through that. Restoring is the same thing, but it's for minor changes that you have made. Let's say you forgot to add them and all. So yeah. And branching, we've gone through that. Switching, yeah. Stashing is a concept where I don't think you guys will use it during a hackathon because it's like saving your changes before you switch to a branch. But I think I mentioned it somewhere there where like if you want to like switch branches, please save it. Don't be like others and then stash it. You get confused very easily. Cherry pick is another way to like restore things. So yeah. And diffing is finding the difference between 2 commits, essentially. That's what diffing is. But it's not really necessary for this hackathon, at least. You guys can probably do it without it. The main thing is just adding, committing, and staging. So yeah, that should get you far enough actually. Oh, look at the time. It's 11:30.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Bro, I'm just a code man. Don't mess with this. Do I need to like end off like a ceremony or something? I just need to say bye and bye.